Good morning everyone. So yesterday we studied about first reference point, which was a relatively confusing topic. So if you have any questions about that, you can ask me. Second thing that we talked about was uniform and non-uniform motion. That was easy. Okay, I hope you have already understood it. Now before going further, I'll give you a formula. We already know that speed equals to distance upon time. This we have studied in junior classes also. Speed equals to distance upon time. Now, but what is the average speed? Now, first of all, why do we need to find out the average speed? Now, for example, I say that I am going from school to my home at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. I am driving my car at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Now, what does this mean? This will mean that, does this mean that my velocity, my speed was constantly 60 kilometers per hour? Did I not apply brakes? Did I not accelerate? Did I not have to take any turns? We do all these things, so that means my speed will never be same throughout the journey. Then what does the 60 kilometer per hour means? When I say that my speed from school to home was 60 kilometer per hour, what I mean was that my average speed was 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, so we have to find the average speed. Now first of all, what is the formula of average speed? Average speed equals to total distance upon total time. Take an example. Suppose I am traveling 16 meters in 4 seconds. In first 4 seconds I traveled 16 meters. In next 2 seconds I traveled again 16 meters. Okay, so in first 4 seconds I traveled 16 meters. In next 2 seconds also I traveled 16 meters. So what is my average speed? My average speed, using this formula, total distance means 16 plus 16 upon total time means 4 plus 2, that is 6, 32 upon 6, 5.33 meter per second. So when I say that what is my speed while going from home to school, I will say it was 5.33 meter per second. What will this mean? This means that was my average speed. Okay, so we always tell the average speed. So this was about average speed. Next, we'll quickly study about two types of physical quantities. Now all the physical quantities, all the quantities that we use in physics are divided into two parts. Scalar quantity, SCALAR, scalar quantity, and vector quantities. What is the difference? In scalar quantities, we do not have any direction. We have only magnitude or size. That is a physical quantity which does not have any direction. Okay, it only has the magnitude or size. First of all, before explaining scalar quantity, let me tell you what do I mean by magnitude or size. Now by size I do not mean how tall or how broad a physical quantity is. That does not make any sense. If I am talking about speed, size of speed, what is the size of speed? The speed cannot be measured in height or in weight. Size of speed means the value that we are using to tell us about the speed. For example, we just found a value 5.33. This was the speed, 5.33 meter per second. Now if I say what is the magnitude of this speed, what is the size of speed, it is 5.33 meter per second. This 5.33 is giving me an idea about how fast or how slow was I. Okay, so by magnitude or by size means the value, okay, that we use to find, to give an idea about how big or how small a quantity is. So this was magnitude. Second thing is direction. Now direction, you all know, direction can be north, south, east, west. Direction can be upward, direction can be downward. Okay, direction can also be at an angle. It is not necessary that I always travel in north, south, east, west, upward or downward direction. I can also travel at an angle. Okay, 45-degree angle. I am going in the direction between north and east. So that will be a direction northeast, 45-degree towards northeast. Okay, so direction means the direction of the physical quantity, in which direction it is going. So if we have a scalar quantity, then to describe the scalar quantity, we only need its magnitude. We do not need its direction. For example, Speed is a scalar quantity. If I say that my speed is 60 km per hour, then I do not need to give the direction. Okay. My speed is 60 km per hour. You will get an idea how fast I was going. Okay. You do not need a direction on which direction I was going, whether I was going to north or I was going to south. Okay. So no direction is needed to define scalar quantity. Another example is distance. Distance is also a scalar quantity. What is the distance? 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 10 meters, 1 meters, 0.5 meters, 0.5 kilometers. These are all distances. These are length. Now, a length does not have any direction. You can measure the distance between point A and point B in this direction also and in this direction also. Will it make any difference if I change the direction? A 10 kilometer distance will remain 10 kilometer whether you measure it from A to B or from B to A. So to define distance we do not need the direction, hence distance is a scalar quantity. Okay. Similarly we have vector quantities. Now vector quantities have direction as well as magnitude or size. So those physical quantities for which we need to have direction as well as magnitude or size, those physical quantities are called vector quantities. For example, force. What is a force? The force that we apply on certain objects. To hold this pen, I need to apply some force. To pick this pen from the floor, I need to apply some force on the floor, some force on the pen. Now, how much force did I need? Suppose 2 newtons. Okay. Newton is the unit of force. Suppose I have to apply 2 newtons of force to lift this pen. Okay. Now, you will understand 2 newtons of force. Fine. But in which direction? Now what is the problem here? If I do not describe the direction in this particular example, this pen is on the floor. I am picking it up, okay, with a force of 2 Newton. Now, if I do not give you the direction of my force, you might say that the direction in which I applied my force was towards you or towards this side wall, or I applied the force downward. Now, if I apply the force downward on this pen, will I able to pick it up? To pick it up, I have to apply the force in upward direction. Okay, so here the direction becomes very important. So to pick the force 2 Newton, to pick the pen, I need to apply a force of 2 Newton in upward direction. If I do not apply this force in upward direction, then I won't be able to pick up the pen. Okay, so in these quantities, the direction become important. Another example is velocity. Now velocity is almost same as speed. Okay, if I say 60 km per hour, what is 60 km per hour? 60 km per hour is speed. Why? Because I did not give you any direction. So this becomes a scalar quantity. So 60 km per hour is your speed. But if I say 60 km per hour towards east, 60 km I traveled 60 km per hour towards east. Now I gave you a direction. So now this is not a speed, it becomes velocity. So this is the difference between velocity and speed. Speed does not have a direction and velocity has a direction. So if I say 10 km per hour or 10 meter per second, then it is speed. If I say 10 meter per second towards school or towards home, then it becomes velocity. Okay. So this was about scalar and vector quantities. So speed with direction becomes velocity. Okay. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, if you need more examples of these, then let me know. Thank you.